let me set this up, and then I'll figure out a 3. So you guys live just a couple up? Alright. Let me double check, alright?
Or let me ask you, if you're busy, have it set to 2. Okay, I'm here. I'm just going to make this easy for him anyway, so we'll get some time to talk to him. Okay, I'll see you.
.360 is going to be 10-8, Riverside. Good evening.
Yeah, things like fireworks, it looks near.
Alright. Sergeant, can you spell your first, your last name, and what agency you're with in your rank?
Yeah, my first name's Shane. It's spelled S-H-A-N-E. Last name's Carringer, C-A-R-R-I-N-G-E-R. I'm a sergeant with the Anaheim Police Department, and I'm the department's public information officer.
Sergeant, accident involving one of your own. Yep. Starting with the time, walk me through it.
Yeah, tonight just around 5:30 p.m. We had 2 officers that were in the area of Lincoln and Brookhurst. They observed a minor traffic collision that occurred between 2 vehicles in the southbound lanes of Brookhurst approaching Lincoln. Essentially, a BMW SUV had a minor rear end with a Acura SUV. It was during that collision, or the investigation of that collision, that our officers were out. They were checking on the occupants of those 2 vehicles when another collision occurred. A Honda Civic was being driven southbound and rear-ended the BMW SUV. That collision resulted in an injury to one of our police officers and one of the drivers of the original 2 cars that was involved in a traffic accident. They were both transported to the hospital with serious injuries. The driver of that new vehicle that caused this larger accident was also transported to the hospital with minor injuries. So we had 3 transports, all adult males, one of them being an Anaheim police officer who was on duty at the time.
Do we know the injuries of the officer?
Yeah, he had an injury to his leg. Yet to be determined how serious that injury is or what the extent of the injury is to his leg. The other involved male who had more serious injuries had some serious bodily injuries as a result of this collision of the vehicles and being hit by the wreckage of these two cars. Again, there hasn't been a further update on that. What we do know right now is the Anaheim Traffic Division investigators are out on scene. They're going to work to determine the cause of the accident, and they're working to determine if drugs or alcohol impairment played a role in this accident.
Sergeant, anybody that might have witnessed this, there was a lot of people watching. Anybody that might have seen this, what number can they call the traffic office?
Yeah, call Anaheim PD at 714-765-1900 if you saw any of this accident, if you have any information that might be helpful for us, and you haven't yet spoken to investigators.
It looks like 3 vehicles were involved, so it kind of was a chain reaction, right?
Yeah, well, there was a minor traffic accident and then a larger traffic accident that did cause, again, a chain reaction and involved the 2 previously involved vehicles. Brookhurst between Catalina and Lincoln is going to be shut down for several hours. We're going to handle this like a major injury traffic accident, and I would ask motorists in the area to avoid that specific stretch of Brookhurst and plan alternate routes for the next 4 to 5 hours.
Anything else to add, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Can you spell your first and your last name?
MELANIE MOLINA.
And I did talk to your mom, right? She is okay with me talking to you?
Yes.
Okay. What happened? What did you see?
I was recording and all of a sudden I started looking outside the window because my brother came running to me telling me that there was a crash. So I wanted to go check out what was happening to see if everyone was okay. So I went to the window because my mom said it's pretty dangerous out here and to look through the window. So I started recording through the window, and the next thing I know there was another car who crashed into the first 2 and my mom just came out with us to see if everything was all right.
And you saw the police officer get struck too, right?
Yeah.
Was he getting up? I mean, what happened after that?
All the police officers gathered around him and to see if he was all right and to see if the other person next to him was all right, because they were both looking under the car when the third car came and crashed.
Scary, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You ever see anything like that before?
No.
Did the fire department come pretty quick?
I'd say about 2 came quick and the last ones came pretty late.
Very busy here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of always people driving fast and everything, huh? ¿Qué pasó?
Estaba mi mamá cocinando y mi hermano dijo que había un choque afuera. So yo quería ver qué había pasado. So mi mamá dijo que no podía salir porque era muy peligroso. So me empecé a asomar por la ventana y vi que 2 carros habían chocado y el último vino rápido y chocó con los 2 carros. Y luego empecé a grabar. Y cuando el último carro chocó, vi que un policía y otro señor se habían herido. So vino la ambulancia, los bomberos a chequear cómo estaban. Y todos los policías se pusieron alrededor del oficial que estaba herido. Y se lo terminaron llevando a los 3 que iban manejando al hospital en una ambulancia.
Very scary, huh?
Sí.
You see anything like this ever before here?
No.
You were saying it's very busy on the street. A lot of people speed.
Mm-hmm.
You live here with your family?
Sí.
Are you the oldest?
No.
You have one more older sister?
Yeah.
What was the officer? Was there already a crash, and the officer was investigating, and another car slammed into them, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. In Español. So another car came.
Había venido otro carro atrás después de los 2 que chocaron.